The detail happens when Jesus keeps asking Peter if he loves him. Do you love me? Yes, I do. Do you love me? Yes, I do. The detail has to do with understanding the original Greek language. In the biblical Greek, there are actually several words for love. We just use one word, love, but in the biblical Greek, there's a couple of them. So we don't catch this little nuance. There are two Greek words for love that are used in this exchange. One is phileo, and the other one is agape. They're both translated in our Bible into just one word, love. But in the Greek, there are two different words, two different meanings. Phileo would be more like a brotherly love. One of the reference sources that I read this week puts it like this. Phileo, quote, refers to brotherly love and is most often exhibited in a close friendship, end of quote. Agape love is understood to be like a higher form of love. Agape is like unconditional love, like the love that God has for us. It says in this, one of the reference books that I read this week, it says agape, quote, speaks of the most powerful, noblest type of love, sacrificial love. Agape love is more than a feeling, it is an act of the will, end of quote. So they're both good, both of them are good, and they're both love, but one is a little bit more powerful form of love. So now, with those two words in mind, let's go back to that exchange with Jesus and Peter, and here's how it happened. Jesus, Simon, do you love me more than these? Agape. Peter, Lord, you know that I love you. Phileo. Second time, Simon, do you love me? Agape. Peter, yes, Lord, you know I love you. Phileo. Interesting. Third time, Simon, do you love me? Phileo. Peter, you know I love you. Phileo. Adds a little interesting distinction, doesn't it? Very insightful. There's a lot of things we could say about that. I'll point out two things, too. There's more than that, but just two things. First, Peter seems to be a little bit tempered, doesn't he? he's a little bit humble. Big, bold Peter's a little humble. Now, he seems to realize, in this exchange, it's like he realizes he can't make the promise of agape love to Jesus. He kind of realizes, I don't think I can do that. He seems to know that's more than I can live up to. This guy who is by nature bold and impetuous and a little bit prone to over-promising and under-delivering, Peter, in this instance, at least in this exchange, responds in a much more humble way all of a sudden. I get it. The second thing that I want to point out about that exchange is just Jesus, the beauty of Jesus, the graciousness and the kindness of Jesus, the mercy and the understanding of Jesus. It's just beautiful. He knows, doesn't he? Doesn't he know everything? He knows. He knows Peter better than Peter does, and he knows that the best that Peter can bring right now is phileo. And Jesus meets him where he is. By the way, we know about Peter's life that he does go on then to minister powerfully for Jesus. Peter gives his life for Jesus. He does end up giving his life, proclaiming the truth of Jesus. Peter actually lives out agape for Jesus.